GAC Sports Network welcomes you to the following presentation of the Great American Conference.
With the $3.50 sub of the day at Subway, there's never been a better time to try something deliciously different. Because every day of the week, you can now get a featured 6-inch Subway sub for just $3.50. So mix up your lunchtime routine and treat yourself to the endless flavor combinations at Subway. The $3.50 sub of the day. We took an already great lineup and made it even better. A better price, great taste, and no artificial flavors. The $3.50 sub of the day. Only at Subway.
A pleasant good afternoon to you from Bentonville's Tiger Athletic Complex. Michael Westbrook along with Stormy Leonard as we bring you our second game here today at the Tiger Athletic Complex, with other games being played over at Bentonville West. 2 games already complete of the 2017 tournament, as Southern Arkansas was able to defeat Henderson State by a score of 7-2. And then Arkansas Tech defeated Southern Nazarene by the score of 2-0. And so our 3:30 game here later today will feature Arkansas Tech and Southern Arkansas, but there's still some to be determined in this one as we're about to get underway between Harding and Ouachita. It's the top team in the conference and nearly the top team in the country. Ranked number 2 overall in the nation, Harding is 50-6. Against Ouachita Baptist, the 8th seed in the tournament at 22-32. And Stormy, I mean, this is David against Goliath right here, a team that's only lost 6 games all year long in Harding. And it starts first with their pitching. We're going to see Hannah Johnson in the circle first for Harding.
Yeah, you know, it's tournament time, so anyone has a chance, but it is hard to see anyone in the conference having a chance against a team as strong as Harding, both on the pitching and their hitting this season. Every aspect of their game has been almost perfect throughout the season. Their pitching is definitely a huge threat to any team in the country. We've seen that with them coming out with the rankings at number 2 in the country. I think that anyone in our conference has trouble against Harding, as you can tell by their records. So it'll be interesting to see if they can keep up what they've been putting down all season, or, you know, tournament time changes, so you never know.
So for Ouachita Baptist, Kelly Powell will lead things off and play center field. Sarah Johnson, the catcher, hits second. Macy Nance, the designated player, batting third. Macy Wilson hits fourth. Daniela Brantley at first base will bat fifth. And Natalie Jackson, the second baseman, hits sixth. Jordan Fielder in left field will hit seventh. Holly Ryburn, the third baseman, bats eighth. And Madison Crosby, the shortstop, will be batting ninth. Marissa Butler pitching for Ouachita. Hannah Johnson in the circle, the senior for the Harding Lady Bisons, with Kimmy Hendricks Campbell catching behind the plate. And the first pitch to Kelly Powell is in for a strike. It's beautiful conditions for softball today. A little bit windy, but temperature-wise, we're doing just fine. 56 degrees, heading for a high of 64 today. North-northwest wind. Ground ball on the infield, 2 hops. Alexis Law-Ellen out at first. So here's the defense behind Hannah Johnson. Lindsey Duncan in left field, Courtney Derrick in center, Peyton Mills in right, Amanda Burton, the third baseman. You just saw Law-Ellen make a play. Maddie Trump, the second baseman, and Mackenzie Jones over at first. So this is still Powell at bat, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess I think there was a little confusion on both ends.
Yep, so Powell still there. I guess they called an illegal pitch, maybe? Yep, so either way, it ends up being a 6-3 putout. So a little confusion there to get going. Just the one out, as that was actually Powell who came back to bat again. So Sarah Johnson, the catcher, now at the plate. And Hannah Johnson checking the wristband to see how she's going to approach pitching to Sarah Johnson. That one misses for a ball. The numbers for Johnson this year are 1.84 ERA, 22 wins and 4 losses in 30 appearances. This is her 26th start, or 27th start. She has 14 complete games, 161 innings pitched, and opponents have a .229 batting average against her. She looks over to the dugout area quite often to figure out what pitch to throw. That one on the corner for a strike. Sarah Johnson at the plate, hitting .290, a junior. And that one missing the plate, might have been low as well. 2-2 the count. So again, Arkansas Monticello and East Central will be playing at Bentonville West. Joey McWilliams and Darian Harris have the call of that one if you're looking to tune into that game. And this is already our 4th game of the tournament, our 2nd game here at the Bentonville Tiger Athletic Complex. 2-0 win earlier today by Arkansas Tech against Southern Nazarene. Deep in the hole and safe at first. Lyle in a good play, but just too long of a throw over to first. And Sarah Johnson, infield single with 1 out. We see it again. Good throw. Close over at first.
That's the second time, because when they threw, I think, trying to throw Kelly Powell out, I mean, Jones has already hit the splits twice.
Yeah. So Macy Nance, a designated player, will take for ball 1.
Yeah, she's definitely helped pace our offense, or the offense for the Tigers this season, and got recognized by the conference. And I think the second teamer honorable mention, she's done really well for the Tigers. So
one of 2 seniors for Ouachita. And boy, Alexis Law-Ellen's been busy at shortstop. She fields another one, this time a pop-up for the second out. And brings Macy Wilson to the plate. The freshman has a .309 batting average.
She's definitely been another person to help the Tigers out this season.
24 runs batted in, 5 doubles, 1 home run. Batting in the cleanup spot will take strike 1. So Hannah Johnson, the senior, getting the ball first. They'll have Autumn Humes available for the second game here today, you would imagine. 0-2 now the count to Macy Wilson. This one flied to right, and it is caught by Peyton Mills to end the first half of the inning. So no runs with 1 hit, 1 left on for Ouachita after a half inning of play. No score. Harding coming to bat for the first time here in just a moment on the GAC Sports Network.
I knew Arkansas Tech had an impressive history,
but I didn't know that my professors would look out for my future.
I knew I'd be throwing fastballs on the field, but I didn't know I'd be on the fast track to physical therapy school.
I knew my art professors had years of experience, but I didn't know that I would get real-world experience before graduation.
I knew Tech was close to home, but I didn't know it would feel like home.
Tech has one of the highest graduation rates in the state. Come take a tour of campus and discover what else you don't know about Tech.
We see Marissa Butler for the first time. She will be pitching for Ouachita Baptist. No score after just a half inning of play. And the numbers for Marissa Butler this season, a 3.89 ERA, 10 wins and 10 losses in 31 appearances, 129 and 2/3 innings this year. Opponents hitting .250 against her. Well, we said at the beginning, it's a tough task today for Ouachita, but you know, when they played during the regular season, and we'll have a chance to talk about that a little bit more throughout the tournament, they actually had some pretty close games on day one of their doubleheader.
Yeah, I mean, only losing 5-3 in the first game and I think 5-4 in the second. They kept it close, but I think that they have a lot to handle with both starting pitchers for Harding and Johnson today, so it'll be interesting to see if they can get anything going.
Courtney Derrick is up first. Alexis Law-Ellen bats second. Peyton Mills will hit third. Autumn Humes is in the cleanup spot. Kimmy Hendricks Campbell is batting fifth. Amanda Burden sixth. Mackenzie Jones seventh. Maddie Trump eighth. And Lindsey Duncan ninth. On the corner for a strike, and it's 0-2 to Courtney Derrick. .369 batting average for the senior leadoff hitter for the Lady Bisons.
She did well in their doubleheader earlier in the season, but like I've said before, tournament time, anything can happen, and it doesn't matter how good or bad you did it throughout the season. If you show up in the tournament, you can turn some heads.
It's really remarkable what Harding has been able to do. Just the fourth year of having softball back on campus. Phil Berry's been the only head coach. Swung on and missed, strike three. A rise ball there from Butler, I think.
Now batting for Harding, number 44, shortstop, Alexis Law-Ellen.
And so Derrick goes down swinging. Shortstop Law-Ellen step into the left-handed box. Down the middle but low for ball one. .399 batting average for the sophomore. 67 hits this year, and that's not even number one on our team. Peyton Mills has 78. Tries to bunt her way on, fielded by Ryburn at third, not in time. Safe at first base. Well, there's what you get, Stormy, with that left-handed batter. They've got a quick step out of the left-handed box, and it gives them an advantage running down the line.
Yeah, and it looks like Ryburn might not have been in quick enough for the bunt, which to later throw a little bit and allowed Law-Ellen to get on base.
May not have been expecting the bunt. I wasn't there. Brings up Peyton Mills. She'll take for a strike. 0-1. Well, we mentioned the clear skies and sunny conditions, but it's definitely windy outside. North wind of 20 miles per hour here in Bentonville. See out beyond the center field fence. 0-1 finds the plate for a strike, and it's 0-2. So Mills being very patient at the plate. .429 batting average. We talked a lot about the top three hitters for Southern Arkansas that we saw last game, but boy, the top three hitters for Harding have some power numbers as well right now. Marissa Butler winning the battle, her second strikeout.
Yeah, Butler started out really strong against a strong, very, very strong lineup coming from Harding. Said Peyton Mills was a unanimous first-team selection for the GAC. So her Butler being able to get her out quickly, it will be will be crucial for the Tigers' success later in this game.
Here's the GAC Freshman of the Year, Autumn Humes. And Humes will take a rip at it, send it to right field. It's caught. Macy Wilson with the catch to end the inning. 2 strikeouts for Marissa Butler. And she also shuts down Autumn Humes. Only a hit with 1 left on. We've already played 1, no score between Harding and Ouachita here on the GAC Sports Network.
It's on us to stop sexual assault.
In any way that we can.
To get a friend home safe.
To never blame the victim.
It's on us.
To stand up.
To make our community safe for all.
It's on us.
It's on us to look out for each other at parties.
It's on us.
To be more than just a bystander.
To step up and say something.
It's on us, all of us.
To stop sexual assault. Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Hannah Johnson quickly back to work for Harding. We're already in the second inning. Each side with a hit so far, but no score after one. Up first will be Kimmy Hendricks-Campbell, then Amanda Burden and Mackenzie Jones. 5, 6, 7 in the batting order. Michael Westbrook along with Stormy Leonard. That's what Harding will have coming up in the bottom of the second. I was just looking ahead. How about Daniela Brantley up first for Ouachita? Boy, it's only the second game. I've already made mistakes. You know, it's coming. It happens. So how about Brantley, Jackson, and Fielder? That looks a little bit more accurate here in the top of the second for Ouachita. No, it would not be fair for Harding to bat 2 times in a row. Although, with the way Marissa Butler was pitching, she might have wanted to stay out there a little bit longer. Able to get 2 strikeouts in the first. So Brantley taking low for a ball, 2-0 the count. And those numbers for Hannah Johnson, a 1.84 ERA, 22 wins and 4 losses. First team all GAC selection. That one foul tipped into the glove for a strike. Harding was in the championship game last year. Southern Arkansas able to defeat them twice, actually, on the final day. They had lost to them earlier in the tournament. Able to come back and beat them 3-2 and then 7-0.
I think that might play into Harding have a little chip on their shoulder to come into this tournament and this season. As you've seen,
yeah,
they've blown everything out of the water. So
well,
I think they've got a little chip on their shoulder and ready to prove that, you know, they're the best for a reason.
I think you're right, because they were left out of the regionals last year. And it's tough to get 3 teams in from one conference anyways. Arkansas Tech and Southern Arkansas were so good as Brantley strikes out swinging for the first out. And Harding was just kind of right there on that bubble, and most of us around here thought they should have been in, but the rest of the region didn't see it that way. And well, they've proven it this year.
Yeah, it'd be hard to argue them not being in it this year, no matter what really happens, just because they've been so successful. I mean, they're #1 in the region.
Yeah, exactly.
And #2 in the country, so means something.
Popped up, and the catcher, Hendricks Campbell, will come down with it very quickly, 2 outs. Yeah, with the way softball works, the top 2 teams actually get to host a portion of the regional. They divided up 4 teams in one location, 4 in the other. So Harding is the #1 team right now. The MIAA has already played their conference tournament, so they're going to be getting ready to host a regional in Searcy. That one missing low and away to Jordan Fielder, the left fielder for Ouachita. 2 down, top of the second. Nobody on base. Of course, Arkansas Tech and Southern Arkansas both hosted the sub-regionals last year, so it'll be the second year in a row that GAC softball's really come a long way in the last few years.
And especially this Harding program, you said that they hasn't been around very long, and they're
Right.
proving themselves as one of the best in the country already, so they're doing something right up there.
2-0, slow ground ball right side, picked up by Trump, and Maddie Trump over to first. 1-2-3 inning. Nothing happening for Ouachita. We head to the bottom of the second. No score here on the GAC Sports Network.
College students often talk about changing the world after they graduate. We are on a mission to do just that while still in school, applying academic excellence in our chosen areas of study in a range of undergraduate, graduate, and health science fields inspired by Christian values. Then taking those values into the world, equipped and focused on our mission to change it and ourselves for the better. Harding University.
I knew Arkansas Tech had an impressive history,
but I didn't know that my professors would look out for my future.
I knew I'd be throwing fastballs on the field, but I didn't know I'd be on the fast track to physical therapy school.
I knew my art professors had years of experience, but I didn't know that I would get real-world experience before graduation.
I knew Tech was close to home, but I didn't know it would feel like home.
Tech has one of the highest graduation rates in the state. Come take a tour of campus and discover what else you don't know about Tech.
Welcome back to the Bentonville Tiger Athletic Complex, bottom of the second inning. No score between Harding and Ouachita. And Kimmy Hendricks Campbell now batting for Harding. Amanda Burden and Mackenzie Jones. 5, 6, 7 in the batting order. Marissa Butler taking care of business in the first, 2 strikeouts. Did give up a single to Alexis Law Ellen, but no damage done. 333 average for the senior Hendricks Campbell. She'll take for a strike, 1-1. Coach Phil Berry, the head coach for Harding, is also coaching third base, and he's down the line to talk to the umpire. It was an illegal pitch called, making the count 2-0 to Hendricks Campbell. She'll take inside, 3-0. So Arkansas Monticello and East Central playing over at Bentonville West. Get you a score on that one here in just a second. 3-0. That one's called a strike. 3-1. No score in the second inning. So far, again, the game's playing out as we hope they will. Both of them staying on pace with the other game. 3-1, and it will be a strike. Count goes full, 3-2.
Butler's working her way out of a 3-0 count to get a full count up there.
8 home runs this year for Hendricks Campbell, leading the team. A hard shot to third off of the glove of Ryburn. And it's a base hit. A single for Kimmy Hendricks Campbell. A leadoff single, the second hit that Marissa Butler has given up. Just a hard hit ball past Ryburn, the third baseman. Third baseman Amanda Burden against Butler, showing bunt, fouls it back, not able to lay it down that time.
Looked like Ryburn was a little bit more ready for that one. She pulled in pretty close.
Harding not with the biggest power numbers in comparison to some of the other teams in the league. Again, Hendricks Campbell leading the team with 8 home runs, but they have the top pitching ERA in the conference. And the bunt laid down to perfection to advance the runner over to second. It seems to be kind of the recurring theme with all Harding sports. It's always just kind of a all-around team effort, you know. That's what you see out of this. Now, they've got, like I said, the pitching, but
they just know how to get it done.
Everybody on offense just kind of does their part, yeah. So runner at second, Mackenzie Jones, second baseman, stands in with 1 down. Butler fires and Jones fouls it back, strike 1. Jones hitting 159. Limited action this year in comparison to the rest of the starting lineup. 33rd start. Jones will swing away, and that will go foul on the right side. 0-2 the count. Back in at 0-2 is Mackenzie Jones. Butler with 2 strikeouts already. Misses outside that time. 1-2. Butler with her work cut out for her today. That one past Butler into center field. They'll send the runner. Here comes Hendricks Campbell. The throw is late, and Harding leads 1-0. An RBI single for Mackenzie Jones, hitting behind in the count. And that brings the first run of the game home for Harding. And Jones was able to advance to second on the throw. So here's Harding again with 1 out, runner in scoring position. Bottom part of the lineup, an opportunity to do some damage.
Yeah, like you said earlier, with Jones having not played as much as some of the other on the starting lineup, she's already making the most out of what she can at her first time up there. So
Maddie Trump at the plate. Again, 2 quick strikes. Butler just wasn't able to finish off Jones. See what she does here. Foul back from Trump. Lindsey Duncan waiting on deck. She will be next.
looks like the wind's picking up a little bit. That'll even have more of an effect on these batters facing pretty good pitchers today. So
absolutely. Trump swings at that one, comes up empty for a strikeout. Third strikeout today for Marissa Butler. Harding taking all 4 of the regular season matchups against Ouachita. Again, as we said, the first day of the doubleheader was some close games, 5-3 and 5-4, but
Harding really took over in the next 2 games, and Autumn Humes was able to pitch a perfect game, the first in Harding history.
That's a surefire way to secure a win. If you're looking at close ball games, just don't allow them to get a hit the next time out.
And Autumn Humes didn't allow anything to go.
1-1 delivery is up high. 2-1 the count to Lindsey Duncan. Numbers for Duncan this year: a freshman hitting .287, 11 runs batted in, 2 doubles, 2 triples, and 1 home run.
You see Ryburn at third playing for that bunt, and Crosby coming in to cover behind her if they're able to get anything past her.
Another one missing low, 3-1. If you're Marissa Butler here, you don't want to mess around too long with the 9-hole hitter. You don't want to walk her, as that top of the lineup is waiting. 3-1 will miss, and it's ball 4, so. The runners at first and second. Here comes Courtney Derrick.
Butler's going to need to get out of this situation quick to ensure no more damage is done.
Well, she struck out Derrick the first time up. Well, let's see how a hitter with a .369 batting average does the second time around against Butler. She'll swing away. Strike 1, fouling it back. Alexis Llewellyn waiting on deck if they can get to her, but Derrick's numbers this year: 29 runs batted in, 10 doubles, 1 triple. No home runs out of that leadoff spot.
But she's been really consistent for Harding this season, as most of their starting lineup has been pretty secure the whole season. Everyone playing in the majority of their games, if not all of their games, and starting all of them too.
Yeah, that's been one of the things for Phil Berry's team this year. He's got a lot of seniors, but he's got players who have been consistent and been out there day in and day out, and definitely have gotten into a groove. Hard swing a moment ago from Courtney Derrick. See what she does here. Behind in the count, 0-2. And that one will miss for a ball as The wind gusts really began to pick up now. We're feeling it in the press box with not much open space with our windows here, so we know it's really blowing down on the field. 1-2 will be fouled out of play. Southern Arkansas, who won earlier today, our first game against Henderson State, they are already back. I don't know if they're just here to pick up their gear or if they're here for the long haul to watch this game and then wait for their next one. They are playing 2 hours from now, so fairly quick turnaround. 1-2 will be sent to center field. Powell is coming in, still coming, there to make the catch, and it ends the inning. Harding scores 1 run on 2 hits, and they leave 2 runners on base. Harding on the board first after 2 innings. They lead Ouachita 1-0 on the GAC Sports Network.
I knew that Arkansas Tech would help me stand out from the crowd.
But I didn't know I'd be standing out in front of the crowd.
I knew I wanted to be a part of Greek life.
But I didn't know Tech would change my life.
I knew Tech would help me become a leader.
But I didn't know Tech would lead me to graduate school.
I knew my art professors had years of experience, but I didn't know that I would get real-world experience before graduation.
It's easy to see why more than 12,000 students choose Tech. Come take a tour of campus and discover what else you don't know about Tech.
What makes Henderson a better choice in education? Is it the campus or the buildings? Is it class size or professors with PhDs? Is it the cost, the value? What is it about Henderson?
It's me.
A strong educational foundation from Henderson put Richard Jacobs on the road to becoming a doctor. Today, he's at the forefront of pediatric research and care. Henderson prepares today's students for tomorrow because what counts is what you become. Henderson State University.
One to nothing, Harding leads Ouachita after 2 innings. And Ouachita will be coming to the plate, going against Hannah Johnson. It'll be 8, 9, and 1 in the batting order. Kelly Ryburn, Madison Crosby, and Kelly Powell. Coach Mike McGee, the head coach for Ouachita, just saw him on the screen a moment ago. It's been around for a while now for the Tigers. There's Coach McGee. At least the back of him anyways. He's coaching at third, and I think he's got the arms crossed because that big wind gust just came in. 0-1 count swung on and missed from Ryburn, 0-2. Still just, it's a fairly young team for Ouachita. Only 2 seniors, as we mentioned a moment ago. There's strike 3 swinging for Ryburn. She's a sophomore. It's the second strikeout from Hannah Johnson.
Ryburn received the Crafton Elite Scholar last night, so not only getting it done on the softball field, but also in the classroom.
Yeah, one of 3 to get the Elite Scholar Award. Shortstop Crosby hitting that one over her teammate's head. In order to be a elite scholar athlete, you have to have a GPA of 4.0. And there's a couple other qualifications as well. You going to be there someday?
I hope so.
Okay, good, all right. Stormy, a volleyball player at Ouachita. But you're majoring in like everything, so you know, even if you don't quite get the 4.0, it's probably okay. What are you majoring in?
I am a business sports management, mass communication, and Spanish major. So I didn't know what I wanted to do, so I kind of did it all.
There you go. Second baseman able to toss to first for a quick out there. 4-3 put out with Trump throwing to Jones. 2 up and 2 down.
That's one of the first times Jones hasn't had to do the splits to catch the ball. A little bit easier on her there.
Now I went to Cozumel during spring break for vacation, but you're going to Costa Rica to actually, like, learn?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's not quite a vacation, but it's an opportunity to see part of the world that I wouldn't get to see otherwise, so
This
it's
might
exciting.
end the inning there. No, it's going to stay alive on a good stop by Law Ellen, but once she hit the dirt, didn't really have a throw over to first, so infield single for Kelly Powell.
I think she stuck pretty hard in that dirt.
Yeah.
Couldn't quite get the ball on time.
I mean, I don't want to put you on the spot, but how well do you know Spanish?
I know a decent amount. I'm
Okay.
probably better at writing or
Okay.
reading it. No, just conversationally. That's why
What-
I'm trying to go to Costa Rica.
I think Eric Moyer wants to kind of take our, his coverage overseas, so, or, other locations. So maybe you could start writing some Spanish articles for him. Yeah. It's not quite overseas, I don't guess.
It's over the Gulf
Yeah,
part of
exactly, yeah. So Sarah Johnson at the plate, runner on at first base for Ouachita, 2 down. Top of the third inning. Runner is going to go. Here's the throw, not in time. That's a stolen base for Kelly Powell. That may be something you have to do against Harding. If you get some runners on base, you might have to be aggressive and try to manufacture something. Oh, wait a minute. So she is out. Although the pitch. They're worried about what the pitch was. Okay. Second base umpire at the time, they're telling us it was a strike.
Yeah, Powell leads the team in stolen bases by a heavy amount. She's not afraid to take off.
Their 20th stolen base this year and now 24 attempts. So Johnson, who has one of the 2 hits for Ouachita, she had a single in the first inning, is at the plate. A 2-1 count. Foul back again, 2-2. Going back to Harding having the top ERA in the conference as a team, 1.40. That's ahead of Arkansas Tech at 1.77. So it didn't surprise me too much when I saw that their first couple of games were close. They're going to rely a little more on pitching than they are the hitting.
For sure. It was actually kind of surprising that the Tigers scored 3 and 4 runs because of how, that's quite a bit higher than the Bison's overall ERA, but they took care of business with shutouts in the next 2, so that balanced out a little bit.
And Ouachita with the 5th best team batting average, a team batting average of 271, just behind Arkansas Tech. So they can hit the ball around a little bit. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And Sarah Johnson digs back in the right-handed box. That one's up high for a ball. Hannah Johnson, after taking care of hitters 8 and 9 in the lineup, has allowed the last 2 to reach.
For the Tigers, Macy Nance is the girl that you want up there, being one of the most consistent hitters, if not the most consistent hitter on the team. So if she can show out the way she's been this season, it could be really good for the Tigers.
Well, you don't know how many opportunities Ouachita will really get to score against a first-team pitcher, so this is definitely an opportunity for them. Runners will be moving on contact with 2 outs, so 1-0. And that one's low as well. 2 balls, no strikes to Macy Nance. She's over 1, popped up to the shortstop in the first inning. One of 2 seniors. We've called her name quite a bit the last several years. Also a pitcher as well, and she will send this one to right. It'll go foul. I mean, she also has a 2.88 ERA and 30 appearances this year, so she can do a little bit of everything for Ouachita.
Nance kind of reminds me of the pitcher at SAU, coming in and getting it
Joe
done.
Roy.
Yeah, getting it done on both ends, helping out the team as much as you can in both aspects. So definitely a key player for the Tigers.
Count level now at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Powell over at second, Johnson at first. Popped up foul. Mentioned that Southern Arkansas is here. They will play Arkansas Tech at 3:30. Tech probably, I would imagine, did about the same thing, went and got something to eat, and will head over towards this field. They beat Southern Nazarene 2-0. 2-2, swung on and missed. It went way outside. Good pitch from Hannah Johnson to end the inning. 2 strikeouts in the inning, in fact. No runs on 1 hit and 2 runners left on base. We're going to the bottom of the third. Harding leads Ouachita 1-0. Harding leading 1-0 against Ouachita. There's the run that scored. As the catcher Kimmy Hendricks-Campbell able to cross for the game's only run at this point. Alexis Law-Ellen will be up first for Harding, then Peyton Mills and Autumn Humes. So Ouachita had their chance the last inning with their main hitters at the plate, not able to score. And Harding has the heart of their lineup back up at the plate again. Law-Ellen's 1 for 1. That one's called a strike, 0-1. She singled in the first inning.
Butler's done a good job of getting ahead in the count, but he's having a hard time finishing it out so far.
3 strikeouts, 1 walk. She has allowed 3 hits. That one will miss the strike zone, 1-1. One and 1 to Law-Ellen. Go up a bit high. 2-1 the count. Law-Ellen hitting .399. That one's going to be in there for a strike. 2-2. That one will be inside. It actually hits Law-Ellen. So Butler missing on that pitch. And hitting Law-Ellen. Leadoff runner on for Harding. We'll see how they play this, Storm. You know, first inning they were trying to bunt a little bit. I don't know if you let Peyton Mills swing away here. They just try to move the runner over.
Kind of does it all for the team, so, I mean, I'm sure whatever the coach calls, she does it pretty well.
Looked like she was going to attempt the bunt at first. Her .429 batting average, you know, you look at that and you think, well, I'd take that any day. It's a good average. That's actually only 50th best in the nation. I was looking into that, thought it might be higher.
But like you said earlier, Harding might not put up the biggest numbers. They're obviously putting up great numbers, especially in our conference, but not maybe best nationally. But they're number 2 in the nation for a reason, and everyone gets their job done and does exactly what they're supposed to. So, I mean, I'd take the .429 and being 50th in the nation and 2nd in the nation with my team than being first and not being a contender for possibly a national championship. So.
And what a year it has been for Harding. I don't even know if I could begin to run down the full list just off the top of my head of their accolades, but most recently the women's basketball team making it to the Division II Final Four. Football team made it to the Final Four. Both soccer teams won conference tournament championships. That one missing outside for a ball. Football making it to the Elite Eight.
And their volleyball
Final
team,
four in my heart, but Elite Eight, where it matters.
Volleyball team had a share of the conference championship regular season. So far, Harding's had a pretty good year in sports.
They sure have. Here's the 2-2 popped up to left and maybe misplayed by Jordan Fielder. And this is an opportunity for Harding to get on the board. They will get another run. Back at third, a close play. She's out. Wow, let's sort this one out for you for just a minute. Peyton Mills will get credit for a base hit and an RBI, scoring Alexis Lael, and here it is again. She ran in.
Looked like Fielder had a little bit of trouble with that with the wind.
Yeah, that ball had a little more on it than what she realized. Boy, then it became 3 players running to the corner to come up with the ball. And too big of a turn at third for Peyton Mills. So an RBI double and thrown out at third base.
It's crazy that the Tigers were able to finish that play after having 3 players in the outfield.
Now we've got to pop up the other way that could be trouble, and into the fence goes the second baseman, Natalie Jackson. That one's going to hurt a little bit. It's going to stretch out the back some.
Yeah,
wow.
This wind is doing something. When those balls get up there, there's no telling where it's going to go.
Yeah, I mean, I guess in a way that was a win for both teams that last play, but run did come across for Harding. Base is empty. And Humes this time will keep it on the ground, and that will result in a hit.
I think that's what each team should shoot for, is keeping it on the ground, because it could look like it's going out or doing something good for them, and then it can fall right into the laps of the Tigers in the outfield, or in the case that would be bad for the Tigers is that they can't follow the ball.
Yeah, the outfielders, well, and even the infielders, but they're going to have their work cut out for them today if the wind continues to blow the way it is now. So Kimmy Hendricks Campbell is at the plate. Runner on at first and 1 out. Harding leads 2-0. While Ellen was hit by the pitch, then you had the double by Mills, thrown out at third, and now a single by Humes. And so 2 through 4 have done their job so far for Harding. Hendricks Campbell will take a strike. She was just Kimmy Hendricks last year at the tournament, has since gotten married.
Put a little more emphasis on the Campbell.
That's right. She would probably want me to, I guess, yeah. 1-1 delivery, hard foul ball. She had one of the biggest hits of the tournament last year, and what will be kind of one of those, the play before the play that people might forget. But her team was down 2-1, actually 1-0. Sorry, down 1-0, and she had a 2-run home run that put her team up 2-1 in that championship day. And here she goes again, sending it to left. Played off a one hop by Jordan Fielder, the left fielder, and it's a single for Kimmy Hendricks Campbell. Then just to finish that, Maddie Dow came to the plate for SAU in the next half inning and hit a 2-run home run to give SAU the lead back again. And that forced the if necessary game a season ago. Coach Phil Berry talking with the home plate umpire to make an adjustment here. Harding doesn't have a very deep bench, but going to bring in a runner at second. So Autumn Humes will be run for. This is Kimberly Slaughter. A lot of times coaches like to wait and see if that runner is going to make it to second and then bring that runner in. Coach McGee out in the center circle with his entire infield talking strategy at this point. It's a big point in the game because really if it had not been for the base running mistake, there'd be nobody out. And so Harding kind of caused their own first out. Ouachita hasn't really been able to stop them right now.
That defensive play, even though it started out a little rough with fielder missing that pop fly, but was able to, I guess, kind of rebound in a sense to tag Mills out, but they haven't been able to do much since.
Amanda Burton at the plate. That one gets away from the catcher, and both of the runners will advance. In the dirt from Marissa Butler. Well, I often say I don't know what the coach is telling his team, but he wasn't telling them to do that. That was just not what Butler wanted to do there. Down the middle for a strike to Amanda Burton. Laid down a sac bunt her first time at the plate. That was in the second inning. She has a real scoring opportunity here now, up 2-0, and both runners in scoring position.
Amanda's one of those players on Harding's team that's been able to play.
A bunt to the first base side was the swipe tag there. A run is in, and she did not tag her. Well, the home plate umpire says yes, she was out. Home plate umpire has made the call. So Amanda Burton laying down a sac bunt will get credit with an RBI. Look at this play. Didn't quite see it there. And you see Slaughter scoring, making it 3-0. Here's a good look at it. Boy, a very quick grab and swing the glove over for the tag.
Originally she thought she was out, and then I think there's a little bit of confusion whether she was or not. She went back, and then the home plate umpire called her out.
Get one more opportunity to look at this. Close down the line. Now it's 0-1 as that one goes up high. 1-1 the count to Mackenzie Jones. Now 2 outs in the inning, still a runner in scoring position as Hendricks Campbell is at third. And Jones had the big hit in the second inning. Remember, she was behind in the count 0-2 and able to get an RBI single. Two and two the count as Ouachita begins to warm up. Kelsey O'Brien, the sophomore. Right back to the pitcher. Butler high throw, but the tag there, and that will end the inning. 2 runs on 3 hits for Harding, and they lead now 3-0 after 3 innings of play here on the GAC Sports Network.
Opportunity begins here.
Southeastern Oklahoma State University.
Seize your opportunity. Soar to new heights with our nationally accredited aviation program.
Seize your opportunity.
Southeastern's renowned education program has launched thousands of teaching careers.
Seize your opportunity.
From occupational safety, health, and business to behavioral and natural sciences.
Seize your opportunity.
Southeastern Oklahoma State University.
SC.edu.
Log on now
and seize your opportunity.
Southern Nazarene University was just ranked the best college in the state of Oklahoma by Money Magazine. That's big news, but it's not a surprise to us. Money ranks SNU as one of the top 50 colleges you can actually get into, and in the top 50 most affordable private colleges in the nation. Why travel when Southern Nazarene University is right here in Bethany, Oklahoma? Inspired academic excellence in a success-driven environment. Southern Nazarene University, the best college in Oklahoma.
3-0. Harding leads Ouachita. We're in the top of the 4th inning here at the Tiger Athletic Complex as we check in over at Bentonville West. It's Arkansas Monticello 2, East Central nothing. They are also in the top of the 4th there, so fairly similar game taking place. 2 runs on 3 hits last time around for Harding, and the middle part of their lineup able to extend the lead a bit. Hannah Johnson will go back to work for Harding. And Macy Wilson will be up first, followed by Daniela Brantley and Natalie Jackson. Harding, the number 2 team in the nation, 50-6 the record. Talked about them being first in the Central Regional. They are ahead of Minnesota State at number 2, Central Oklahoma at 3. Southern Arkansas comes in at 5, Arkansas Tech 9th, and Monticello 10th. Arkansas Tech and Monticello still on the outside looking in. Got to get into that top 8.
Depending on who their wins come from in this tournament could really help their regional ranking.
Yeah, absolutely. And Missouri Western State in at number 8 out of the MIAA. They've already played their regular season and conference tournament, so they're just sitting there in the waiting game as Central Oklahoma won that conference tournament. High fly ball to right as Mills tracks it for the out. 1 up and 1 down. So that will bring up Daniela Brantley. You know, probably one of the questions we're looking at right now is Southern Arkansas going to move up and be in a different region, sub-region than Harding? Are they going to stay where they're at? From the GAC perspective, we like to have them in 2 different sub-regions so that maybe they could both be in the regional final, but you never know.
It could be a repeat of the women's basketball where Harding had to play Arkansas Tech for, I guess, a 4th time in the season.
Brantley struck out her first time up in the 2nd inning. Johnson into her 4th inning of work has held the Ouachita to just 2 hits so far. Comebacker to the mound, but that went off of Brantley's leg. A run in the 2nd inning and 2 in the 3rd for Harding to have their 3-0 lead.
The Tigers are definitely going to want to get something started right now to stay in this game as we're already in the top of the 4th.
Johnson again looking down at the wristband to determine what she wants to throw here. And whatever it was, she found the strike zone. 1-2 the count. I see the Arkansas Tech bus making its way to the bus parking area and some Tech athletes in the stands. So they have made it here and are watching on as well. There you go.
I think SIU came and grabbed some stuff from their little central meeting location over there by the dugout and then try to get away from the field a little bit in between their games.
2-2. And that one will miss inside and run the count full. 3-2 the count. 1 out, nobody on. Payoff pitch. Foul away. They'll do it one more time at least. Brantley again striking out in the 2nd, looking to reach base for the first time. A .285 average for the senior. She's driven in 29. She has 5 home runs. That one swung on and missed. Strike 3. Brantley strikes out for the 2nd time, and for Hannah Johnson, that is her 4th strikeout in the pitching circle.
Hope Natalie's okay after trying to catch that foul ball earlier and ran into the fence, had to stretch it out a little bit, but seemed like she rebounded pretty well.
96th strikeout this year for Hannah Johnson. Nearing that triple-digit mark. Jackson popped up to the catcher her first time around. She'll take strike 1. .281 average for the freshman, sending it to left near the foul line. Now in foul territory, Duncan. Lindsey Duncan makes the catch. And it is a 1-2-3 inning. We're heading to the bottom of the 4th inning. Harding leads 3-0 here on the GAC Sports Network.
So, can I see you again?
I'm free on Black Forest Ham Day.
There's a Subway 350 sub of the day to help you remember life's important days.
We got married in June.
On Tuna Day.
Every day a different 350 6-inch sub. Every day of the week. Every sub contains no artificial flavors. At just $3.50, it's a great sub at a great price.
Her name is Terry.
She was born on Sweet
Onion Chicken Teriyaki Day.
The 350 sub of the day. Every day of the week at Subway.
College is my time to find myself and start my future. That's why I chose SWASU. Going up.
15 nationally accredited academic programs and nearly 100 clubs, all for me.
Thanks to this state-of-the-art nursing lab, he'll be better in no time.
And our brand new Pioneer Cellular Event Center for sports, concerts, and cool events.
All for me!
Oh, it's for me, it's for me.
The focus is you.
Bottom of the fourth inning, it's 3-0. Harding leads Ouachita. 3 runs on 6 hits so far, and no runs on 2 hits for the Ouachita Tigers. Harding has Maddie Trump, Lindsey Duncan, and Courtney Derrick, 8-9-1 in the batting order. And the first pitch is in there for a strike. Well, so far we're not really seeing any surprises. The top 4 teams all doing their part. This one's going to go foul out of play. Arkansas Tech 1, Southern Arkansas 1, and Monticello the 4 seed. Even though they lost 3 of 4 in the last weekend of the regular season to East Central, they are leading 2-0. They're already in the 5th inning on that one. Sent to right field, shallow, long run for the second baseman. Natalie Jackson comes up with it. This time she didn't have to run into the fence.
Thank goodness. I don't know if she can handle it after that one.
Probably feeling a little bit better about herself, knowing she had more room to work with that time. There's Phil Berry, the head coach of Harding, on the screen. And in his 4th season, he has really put together a solid team here. A couple years ago, they were relying on Amber Rollins every single game to pitch, and you know, she did really well for them the first 2 years, but they didn't have much else around her, and now they've built a full team.
Yeah, more than a full team.
Yeah. Here's Lindsey Duncan. You know, I like to throw out my numbers that I like. I like the 00 number. It's kind of intimidating.
Yeah, you don't see that I mean, you never see that in volleyball, so the
No.
only time I ever get to see it is in like basketball.
I don't think you see it very often in softball either. Duncan walked her first time up. That was in the 2nd inning.
Maybe thinking a bunt here or something. I see the third baseman's pulling in pretty hard, so.
Well, it's a swing away that time. Can't come up with anything. 2-2. 287 batting average for the freshman. That one fouled back. I'd just be interested to know if, as a freshman, she picked the number 00 or if she was kind of given that, you know, nothing else available.
If she picked it, I think it shows that she's confident and ready to go.
There you go.
00 makes me think of confidence, and hey, on this team, I'd have a lot of confidence too.
Sure. She strikes out looking. 2nd out, bottom of the 4th. And the top of the lineup, Courtney Derrick.
Duncan and Hume, so only freshmen in the starting lineup, clearly contribute a lot to this team.
Sure.
So
that's a key at bat here for Marissa Butler pitching. She's got to get a 1-2-3 inning, and she does just that in order to give her team a little momentum anyways.
The Tigers are definitely going to have to get something in this next inning to stay in this game.
So Harding goes down in order. We played 4, 3-0. Harding with the lead on Ouachita.
At the University of Arkansas at Monticello, yes you can.
For me, that meant that I could afford to go to college. When I was considering colleges, it was important to find one that my parents and I could afford.
So I was happy to find that I could attend the University of Arkansas at Monticello at one of the lowest costs of any four-year college in the state. Affordability, tradition, a great college experience. It all comes together here at UAM.
At the University of Arkansas at Monticello, yes you can.
Enough. Yeah, I'm over it.
We shouldn't need commercials to tell you we're powerful.
No thanks.
Genders don't play sports. Athletes do.
Looks like it's a perfect day for softball here in Bentonville. A few more clouds have found their way into the sky.
I mean, minus the wind, it is perfect.
Yeah, I think the wind's even died down a little bit at this point, so we'll see if that holds up.
I'm surprised how well the girls in Alpha fared with how wet the grass was this morning when we got here. I guess it seems to have dried up a little bit and seems perfect out there.
Yeah, I mean, there was a significant amount of water in between first and second base early this morning, but the Bentonville High School team came out along with their coaching staff, and they took care of the field in a hurry, made it look nice. 3-0 the score in the top of the fifth. Harding leading Ouachita, and I have been, I'll stand corrected here. Our camera operator's telling us, no, the wind has not died down. You don't know what you're talking about, Michael. That's what they told me. So there you go. Thank you to our crew. And now that I do look out that way, I definitely see the trees still blowing quite a bit.
Yeah, it just doesn't sound as loud here in the press box, but when it picks up, we can hear it.
That's right. Jordan Fielder up first for Ouachita, then Hallie Ryburn and Madison Crosby. Goes up high, 2-1 the count. Ouachita looks to get something going here in the inning. Hannah Johnson's pitched a really good game, allowing only the 2 hits. Slow ground ball, right side, and Maddie Trump has it over to first for the out. 5 in a row retired by Hannah Johnson after she allowed Sarah Johnson to walk back in the third inning.
It looks like each team has their own little, I guess, ritual after every out. See how the girls come together, give each other high fives.
Yeah.
Henderson did their own thing, and just fun little team things.
That one swung on and missed from Ryburn. She struck out in the third inning. Nothing beats the volleyball celebrations, though, I don't think.
Well, we gotta have more time to celebrate.
That's true.
Yeah, there's not, I mean, unless it's the third out or in a basketball game, a timeout, there's not a lot of time to celebrate. So we're lucky with that. We can drag it out a little bit longer.
Another swing and a miss from Ryburn. It's 0-2, or actually 1-2. Yep, I definitely spoke too soon as now we're feeling the wind again up this way.
Guess the wind hurt us.
Off of 2 hops, picked up by Trump again at second. A big stretch over at first for the out, but it is indeed another out. 2 up and 2 down in the top of the fifth inning. Madison Crosby coming to the plate with the bases empty. And Ouachita trailing 3-0. You know, it's a busy time of the year for the Great American Conference. The GAC baseball tournament will begin tomorrow with the top 4 teams hosting an opening round series, a best 2 out of 3. Southern Arkansas winning the regular season. They are hosting along with Monticello, Henderson State, and also Arkansas Tech. A couple of years ago, we had it set up where the conference tournaments overlapped. a little bit. Last year, that wasn't the case, but now it's back to everybody being scattered a little bit to try to make sure everything's covered. Baseball tournament Final Four will be held in Arkadelphia next week on the Henderson State campus. 2 balls and a strike with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Slow ground ball. Third baseman will pick it up. Burden has to hurry in time. Got the out. Probably had even a little more time to throw it a little slower if she had wanted to. Well, that ends the 5th inning for Ouachita. As they go down in order, we're heading to the bottom of the 5th. Harding on top 3-0.
Hi, Connor here to show you around SWASU and why we love it here.
Well, your friends are more like family.
I love the sports and concerts at the Pioneer Cellular Event Center and more than 100 clubs.
The small class sizes, 100 fields of study, and a nationally recognized pharmacy college. Close to OKC, the best place for me. Come and see for yourself.
I knew Arkansas Tech had an impressive history, but I didn't know that my professors would look out for my future.
I knew I'd be throwing fastballs on the field, but I didn't know I'd be on the fast track to physical therapy school.
I knew my art professors had years of experience, but I didn't know that I would get real-world experience before graduation.
I knew Tech was close to home,
but I didn't know it would feel like home.
Tech has one of the highest graduation rates in the state. Come take a tour of campus and discover what else you don't know about Tech.
Bottom of the 5th inning, 3-0. Harding leads Ouachita. And it's still Marissa Butler pitching for Ouachita, but we do have a couple of changes to tell you about. Cassie Cantu now in left field, replacing Jordan Fielder. So new left fielder, there she is. Hope she's ready to deal with the wind. Alexis Law-Ellen is up first, followed by Peyton Mills and then Autumn Humes. 2, 3, 4 in the batting order for Harding. This is the part of the order that did the damage in the 3rd. First 4 batters actually able to reach. Let's call the strike 1-1. Law-Ellen was hit by a pitch in the 3rd inning, scored a run, and she singled in the 1st inning.
The Tigers are going to want to finish this inning quickly to keep it within reach in the next few innings.
Yeah, I mean, Ouachita starting to run out of chances here.
They're doing a pretty good job at containing Harding as much as they can, but they haven't been able to get anything started on their side, so it's been a little lopsided.
In the 6th inning, they'll have their top of the lineup coming to the plate, so might be an opportunity for them there. And Harding looking to add to their 3-0 lead. This is a liner hit out to left that'll be caught by Cantu, who just checked into the game.
Yeah, Cantu's actually been a non-starter that's seen a decent amount of action throughout the season, besides those who eventually earned a starting spot. So she's not too fresh, but I mean, she is a freshman, first year playing in the conference tournament, so there's always going to be nerves, but she got that pretty easily, even with the win. So hopefully she can help the Tigers get something started.
Now Peyton Mills at the plate. Given credit for a triple back in the 3rd inning. It's actually important because she's tied for the conference lead in doubles at 33. That's actually ranked 16th best in the nation, tied with SAU's Brooke Goad. But she gets credit for the triple her last time up, so she's 1 for 2. She struck out her first time up. That one stays up high for a ball. As she rounded 3rd, she took a little bit too big of a turn. Didn't anticipate the throw coming in. And a throw from the outfield was right on the bag and tagged her out.
Yeah, lucky for the Tigers. Ryburn realized that she wasn't going home, and then she's able to tag her out. So
Sky to the left, that'll go out of play.
they're able to get out of that sticky situation with not having a runner on third.
Look ahead a little bit to our next game. Southern Arkansas and Arkansas Tech split their regular season matchups. Each side winning 2 games. As that one is going to be fouled out of play as well. Arkansas Tech will be the home team in that contest against SAU, who will be the visiting team after Tech won the all-important coin toss. But it featured 2 teams who are very familiar with each other over the last couple of years. That one missing the plate for a ball, 2-2. You were talking earlier about, it's going to depend on who you get your wins against for your regional ranking purposes. Tech, I guess you could say, needs the win more than SAU does in a way if they're going to try to climb into that top 8.
For sure, but because this tournament is double elimination, it makes it a little bit more difficult. They can beat them once, but maybe if they get beat by someone else, it does knock them out. It's tough with the double elimination because you don't know how things will fall depending on who your first loss or your second loss, or if you don't lose.
Yep. Sunny skies in the air, golden suns in the stands. Strikeout a moment ago. It's the second out, and that brings up Autumn Humes. Humes with a single and a run scored back in the 3rd inning. Popped up to center, right center now. Going over is Kelly Powell to make the catch, and that ends the inning. So Marissa Butler is able to shut down the heart of the order. 1-2-3 in the 5th. And after 5 complete, it's 3-0 Harding with a lead.
It's on us to stop sexual assault.
In any way that we can.
To get a friend home safe.
To never blame the victim.
It's on us.
To stand up.
To make our community safe for all.
It's on us.
It's on us to look out for each other at parties.
It's on us.
To be more than just a bystander.
To step up and say something.
It's on us. All of us.
To stop sexual assault. Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Back in Bentonville, where we are in the top of the 6th inning, 3-0 our score. Harding leads Ouachita. And for Ouachita Baptist Tigers here in the inning, top of the lineup, Kelly Powell, Sarah Johnson, and Macy Nance. We were talking here in the press box in between innings about the long first day that took place last year. And the last game of the night, or I guess I should say the last game of the morning, was Arkansas Tech and Harding. It went to 10 innings, and Harding defeated Tech 1-0. I think at that point we were kind of just like, somebody just score, But it was a wild day one, that's for sure. But the new format will alleviate some of the pressure of that, and we'll only be playing 4 games here on this field today instead of 6 like we've done in the past. 2 extra inning games, in fact. There's a base hit underneath the glove of Maddie Trump. or sorry, under the glove of Natalie Jackson. Maybe I'll get it right. That was Trump. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it was Trump.
All right. Sorry.
Natalie's for the Tigers.
Too busy thinking about last year's game. Yeah, Kelly Powell with the leadoff single. So
maybe the Tigers can keep that going. And
that's only their third hit of the game, and Powell's got 2 of them, in fact. And here's the other one with a hit. Sarah Johnson had a hit back in the first. In fact, Sarah Johnson's been on base both times. A walk in the third inning. This is low for ball 1. No runs on 3 hits for Ouachita. It's 3 runs on 6 hits for Harding.
Can keep an eye on Powell. She's not afraid to take off, leading the team in stolen bases and stolen bases attempts. So I think everyone added together still isn't as many times as she's tried. So
yeah, well, she had the stolen base in the third. Yeah, yeah, she'll move around a little bit. Johnson taking her time before deciding what to throw here. Finds the strike zone, making it 1-2. You'd imagine Autumn Humes would be the pitcher for the next Harding game. Ouachita could go back to Butler. Another stolen base attempt, this time out. The throw from Kimmy Hendricks-Campbell was right on time. Well, as we said last time, she stole the base. You got to try to manufacture something. They're trying to get that runner in scoring position. Good throw.
Almost maneuvered around it, but Hendricks-Campbell throw is right on the money.
So that empties the bases. 1 out. Pop up will go foul. Talking about the pitching for the next game, but when these two teams play, the teams that lose will head over to Memorial Park to play later today. Actually, win or lose, it'll be 6 o'clock for these two teams. Ground ball off of the glove of Johnson. Her shortstop, Lyle, will have to bail her out. Can't do so. Wild throw. And so, infield single there for Sarah Johnson. And that is her second base hit. 4th hit today from Ouachita.
Now this is a time Macy can really step up. Got a pinch runner in. That's Stephanie McCann, freshman.
Number 16, Stephanie McCann.
Also plays for the Lady Tigers basketball team.
I did not know that. Yeah, what other sport do you play? Everybody else plays 2 sports there, I think.
I play basketball team cheerleader.
Okay, well, hey.
And ref heckler.
Oh, well, yeah. We've heard about that. So Stephanie McCann running it first. Of course, I guess the other one I was alluding to is Corey Bullard, volleyball and basketball player. Here is Macy Nance. Runner on at first and 1 out. And that one's in for a strike.
Tigers could really use a hit from Macy Nance right now because Macy Wilson will be up after her.
Yeah, I mean, even the 4 hits from Ouachita have been scattered throughout the game. Hannah Johnson has not really faced any real pressure as far as having too many base runners on. She's been able to settle in. 0-2 now. On the corner, strike 3 looking. So Macy Nance has struck out for the second time in this game. She's 0 for 3, and that is the second out. We're in the top of the 6th inning, 3-0 Harding. 2 down, runner on at first. And Macy Wilson steps into the right-handed box, takes strike 1. Right at about the hands. .309 batting average for the freshman, Macy Wilson. Ground ball on the left side. That'll be a base hit. Goes past Law Ellen. Well, they had a couple of base runners in the third, but that also came with 2 outs. And so here they are again with 2 down and 2 on. Brantley was the next hitter, but she doesn't appear to seem that she's going to have that opportunity. We do have a pitch hitter coming in. So for Ouachita, this will be Kelsey O'Brien. O'Brien was warming up to pitch a little bit earlier.
Batting for Ouachita, number 17, Kelsey O'Brien.
Give you the numbers on O'Brien this year. And 23 games, 17 hits and 56 at-bats, good for a .304 batting average. Coach Mike McGee realizing the importance of this moment here with 2 outs and 2 on. O'Brien will take strike 1. Activity in the Harding bullpen as well as Autumn Humes begins to throw. Just throwing overhand right now, though. O'Brien, hard shot, bouncing off of Maddie Trump at second. And a run comes across for Ouachita. Stephanie McCann scoring. And O'Brien coming in does her job with the RBI single. See it one more time. That one came off the bat quickly.
The Tigers, like the Bison, aren't hitting huge, powerful hits or anything. They're just putting it where it needs to be.
Yep.
And that's crucial for the Tigers right now, if they have any chance of tying or winning this game.
There was Autumn Humes warming up. Sorry, Stormy. But yeah, just down by 2 now. The tying run actually at first base. Wilson at second, O'Brien at first. And the second baseman, Natalie Jackson, at the plate. Foul ball. Another shot of Autumn Humes. Humes picking up some big honors this year, Freshman of the Year. And the 1-1 misses inside, 2 balls and a strike. Phil Berry, the Great American Conference Coach of the Year. Humes was the Freshman of the Year. Jill Roy from Southern Arkansas, the Newcomer of the Year. Jalissa Gum, Pitcher of the Year, and from Tech, and Maddie Dow from Southern Arkansas, the Player of the Year. 2-1, hard hit ball left side, snagged by Law Ellen. Good play over to third for the out. Alexis Law Ellen showing some glove there. And it ends the inning. Ouachita does score 1 run, and leave 2 runners on base on 4 hits. Bottom of the 6th coming up in just a moment. This is the GAC Sports Network.
College students often talk about changing the world after they graduate. We are on a mission to do just that while still in school, applying academic excellence in our chosen areas of study in a range of undergraduate, graduate, and health science fields inspired by Christian values. Then taking those values into the world, equipped and focused on our mission to change it and ourselves for the better. Harding University.
I knew Arkansas Tech had an impressive history, but I didn't know that my professors would look out for my future.
I knew I'd be throwing fastballs on the field, but I didn't know I'd be on the fast track to physical therapy school.
I knew my art professors had years of experience, but I didn't know that I would get real-world experience before graduation.
I knew Tech was close to home,
but I didn't know it would feel like home.
Tech has one of the highest graduation rates in the state. Come take a tour of campus and discover what else you don't know about Tech.
Well, a good play from Alexis Law Ellen last inning. And it is 3-1. Harding, Ouachita was able to get a run across there. And now into the bottom of the 6th inning. Kimmy Hendricks Campbell at the plate, Amanda Burden, and Mackenzie Jones. So this game moving along as we hit the bottom of the 6th. Just 3 outs left for Ouachita on the top of the 7th if they're not able to get any runs across. Check in on our other game as well. Arkansas Monticello still with the lead, 2-0 against East Central. They are also in the bottom of the 6th inning. Hendricks Campbell 2 for 2, 2 singles. One in the 2nd, another one in the 3rd. Send that one out of play. Well, this game hasn't just had a whole lot of excitement. It's just kind of.
And it happened. The excitement happened in the beginning when Harding went up quick.
Yep.
But then nothing else has really happened since. Both pitchers have done a good job.
Second baseman Jackson in foul territory making another catch.
And again, avoiding the fence.
Yeah. Well, I think what we're seeing is the pitching is doing what we kind of expected it would do on this first day, at least so far. I imagine that's what they're thinking over at the other field as well. Low-scoring game. Amanda Burden at the plate. Low-scoring game, not a bad thing. Burden has had a couple of sack bunts, one of them getting her an RBI in the 3rd inning. We usually see an upset or two along the way, but it looks like if it all holds, the top 4 teams will win their first game.
If the Tigers would have been able to put together maybe another run in that last inning, or the last half inning, you would have thought maybe it could have been a huge upset because no one would expect that, but the Bison did what they needed to do and got out of them.
A line drive shot here into center field as Kelly Powell will be there for it. Well, you're right. There's a big difference between being up 2 and being up 1. That 2 runs gives them a little bit of a cushion, although they'd like to add a few more, I'm sure. But Marissa Butler, how about what she's been able to do as of late? Retired them in order in the 5th and in the 4th.
She's doing exactly what her team needs her to do, so hopefully they can back her up a little bit on the offensive side.
Yep, she's actually set down the last 10 that she's faced. Here is Mackenzie Jones. Jones will take up high for a ball, 1-0. 2 outs, base is empty. Bottom of the 6th inning, Harding at the plate. 1-0 swung on, lifted to the left. That will fall in for a base hit. And again, stops a big streak of Butler retiring 10 in a row. It's a 2-out single for Mackenzie Jones, and that's her 2nd hit today.
Yeah, she's been really good for the Bisons today. Even though she bats at the end of the order, she's been.
And we will have a pitch runner coming in over at first base for Harding. Morgan Acosta. So Acosta running at first for 2 outs, and Maddie Trump at the plate. Home plate umpire making sure everybody knows about the substitution. Now they moved into the top of the 7th over at Bentonville West. Monticello leads 2-0, so East Central with one more try at it. They've had just 3 hits so far today. Pitch to Trump, fouled out of play, 0-1. Some of the numbers from over there. Kendra Coleman, 6 innings, again giving up those 3 hits. And no walks, no strikeouts. Coleman, a first-team All-GAC selection at pitcher, along with Gum, Humes, and Johnson. A ball and a strike to Maddie Trump. This one will reach the seats as well, maybe on top of the press box. Went over us, I guess. Didn't hear the loud thud.
I think that the competition for Pitcher of the Year this year was really strong, and that Jalissa Gunn being named the Pitcher of the Year is just a way to show that how good she is, because, I mean, if she was able to win it over some of the pitchers that we've seen already today, it's pretty impressive.
This one is going to end the inning on a 2-hopper hit to Natalie Jackson. She's been busy there at second base today, makes another good play. And so no runs on 1 hit with 1 left on. We're going to the top of the 7th. Harding 3, Ouachita 1 here on the GAC Sports Network.
I knew that Arkansas Tech would help me stand out from the crowd.
But I didn't know I'd be standing out in front of the crowd.
I knew I wanted to be a part of Greek life.
But I didn't know Tech would change my life.
I knew Tech would help me become a leader.
But I didn't know Tech would lead me to graduate school.
I knew my art professors had years of experience, but I didn't know that I would get real-world experience before graduation.
It's easy to see why more than 12,000 students choose Tech. Come take a tour of campus and discover what else you don't know about Tech.
What makes Henderson a better choice in education? Is it the campus or the buildings? Is it class size or professors with PhDs? Is it the cost, the value? What is it about Henderson?
It's me.
A strong educational foundation from Henderson put Richard Jacobs on the road to becoming a doctor. Today, he's at the forefront of pediatric research and care. Henderson prepares today's students for tomorrow, because what counts is what you become. Henderson State University.
A new pitcher for Harding. Autumn Humes will take over in the circle in a safe situation here. Top of the 7th. Harding leading Ouachita 3-1. And Autumn Humes, again, what more can you say about her? A freshman that was first-team All-GAC selection and the Freshman of the Year.
And a unanimous selection at that. She's really showed out all conference, and I mean, even outside of conference, leading Harding to a 50-6 record. She knows what she's doing, and she's only a freshman, so I'm pretty positive we'll be hearing her name for the next 3 years.
And this is Cassie Cantu, who came in a while ago to play left field, getting her first opportunity at the plate. So Autumn Humes, a 1.23 ERA, 27 wins and 1 loss. She has 5 saves. Nearly 200 innings pitched this year. That one will go foul. The best winning percentage in all of Division II. I have that somewhere in my notes, but it sure is handy when someone passes along that information as well. 964, that winning percentage. Wow. Yeah, I had the math off the top of my head, just like that. 1 ball, 1 strike, another one on the third base side. That one foul. And so it's 1-2. So after Cantu will be Ryburn and Crosby if Coach McGee elects to keep his 8 and 9 hole hitters out there for this 7th inning. One and 2, the pitch from Humes. That one just trying to stay alive there was Cantu. Just try to get some sort of part of the bat on the ball. Live for another pitch. Humes delivers, again, foul back. Yeah, Humes is going to be fun to watch over the next couple years. You know, I mentioned Michelle Sorensen earlier today for Henderson State, just a junior, and what she was able to do her freshman year. And other pitchers have come through in their freshman year and have done really well, but we know Humes will be one that'll be around for a while. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. So it's a final over at Bentonville West. Arkansas Monticello has won 2-0 against East Central. And so still so far no real surprises. Seeds 2, 3, and 4 all winning, and number 1 a couple of outs away from doing that. Count now full to Cantu. Harding thought perhaps they had strike 3. Ground ball, backhand by Humes, just outside the circle, over to first for the out. Well, that run that Ouachita got in the 6th is important. If they could just get a runner on base, they would have a chance, but that's part of the reason Coach Berry brought in Humes here. Ryburn, it's her spot to hit, having a long conversation with Coach McGee. She is going to hit. Ryburn 0 for 2. She struck out in the 3rd and grounded out in the 5th. Now a conversation between pitcher and catcher for Harding. Now the home plate umpire will take his time to wipe off home plate. So everybody getting in order here for the final inning.
I think Hendricks Campbell can give a little bit of advice to Humes, seeing that she is a seasoned veteran, especially in these types of situations.
Sure.
So I think Humes can learn a lot from her older teammates.
Well, I think, to me, that's what's made Harding so good this year in a lot of ways, a lot of different sports, is that balance of the newer players with the veteran players mixed in. I know we saw that in women's basketball. That will miss inside for a ball, 2-0. Humes will also take a long look at the wristband before delivering the 2-0 pitch. Ground ball on the infield. Couple of rolls. Third baseman Burden fires to first for the out. So 2 up, 2 down in the 7th. Autumn Humes looking for her 6th save of the year, and Harding, more importantly, for their team looking to advance in the tournament here. And we are going to have a pitch hitter with 2 down and the bases empty for Ouachita.
Going to be Gabby Gonzalez in to bat for Madison Crosby.
Well, the junior coming to the plate. Gabby Gonzalez.
Pinch hitting for Ouachita.
242 batting average.
Gabby Gonzalez.
This will be her 20th appearance this year. She started 12 games. Three to 1 is the Harding advantage here in the top of the 7th inning. They are looking to advance on to take on Arkansas Monticello at 6 o'clock here on this field. Pitch to Gonzalez. She will take for a strike. Harding with a record of 50-6. Here comes the 0-1. That one's popped up out of play. Southern Arkansas holds the GAC record for most wins in a season. It was 53 a year ago. Four tournament wins from Harding, and they would surpass that and win the championship perhaps if they were able to win 4 straight. With still the regionals to go. I mean, think about that. 50 wins already coming into the tournament.
It's insane the amount of games they've been able to play, and, I mean, obviously insane the amount they won, too.
Yep.
a long season, and I don't know how they do it. I know I couldn't.
Here comes the 0-2 pitch. That will be out of play. Yeah, Harding and Northwestern were able to get all 4 of their regular season games in that last week of the season. And most of the teams had to cancel a couple of games because of the weather. But I guess there was some shuffling of schedules again this year, but the weather wasn't too bad. 0-2 the count, 2 outs, nobody on, and Ouachita needing a base runner. Gone to the pitch hitter, Gabby Gonzalez. Here's the pitch from Humes. Another one that goes foul. One run in the second and 2 more in the third for Harding, and a late run from Ouachita in the 6th.
I think that Harding's pitching staff allows them to not have to worry about so much outscoring everyone by crazy amounts, but just staying steady because they know they can do that.
There you go. The bottom fell out of that one. It's strike 3 swinging, and Harding has defeated Ouachita 3-1. Hannah Johnson picks up her 23rd win. That sets her career record for most in a season as she continues to build off of that number. 20 was her season high before. 3-1 the final. Well, Stormy, 2 games in the books here at this field. 4 games already in the books for the tournament. And from the beginning, we said that it would be a very tough matchup for Ouachita. I would say they played pretty well, considering they were up against the number 2 team in the nation.
I think they hung in there as much as they could, but it's hard to score when you've got that good of a pitching staff. I mean, Hannah came in and did what she needed to do, and Autumn came in to finish it off, and I think that you will see the same thing the rest of the tournament as those two going back and forth together and really putting some pressure on the other teams in the tournament.
Well, we still have 2 more games to come. Up next will be Southern Arkansas and Arkansas Tech. For Stormy Leonard, I'm Michael Westbrook. So long for now from the Bentonville Tiger Athletic Complex.